First time this season, we are here for HTA Season 2, Round 2, Brazilian Grand Prix for the F1 Tier League. What better place to be than the Brazilian Grand Prix? Most drivers here, we've got 18 drivers here. I don't think that includes me. I don't think it does anyway. So 18 drivers in the lobby. So hopefully it will turn out to be a stellar race, and hopefully we'll get some good action as we enter the Round 2 start of the season. And we've got some news for you, because one of the drivers has turned off the racing line, which is Sparks Hughes in the Mercedes. He has turned off the racing line. So will he get slower, or will he get quicker, or will he stay the same? Because it's quite a significant turning off the racing line. Obviously in real life, the Brazilian Grand Prix took place for full qualifying. If you haven't watched that, go watch it. It was a fantastic lap from whoever took pole position, which I'm not going to say, just in case you have not watched the qualifying session in the real life event. So as we await the drivers, it's coming up to about 8 o'clock, 1 more minute to go, and the co-commentator of Jordan, who has not turned up, so I have no idea where he is. Last time out, our race winner was, if he's here, S2V Paris in the Red Bull. He took a fantastic dominated Australian Grand Prix for the season opener. Now we head on to round 2. Will he keep his momentum, and will he maintain the championship coming into the second round of the season? Early doors, so plenty of opportunities throughout the season, plenty of more racing to go, and let's see who will be on top of the leaderboard for the Brazilian Grand Prix. So I'm going to have to check the YouTube channel, see if it's actually up live and running. Yes, so I've actually got it right this time. There it is, live on the official channel. Can't wait for this one. Fortunately my other commentator's not here, I don't know where he is at the moment. So who is new here? I don't think anybody. Aaron Collingwood is new here. I think this guy is new. Vaporon. And that's it. Not seen everybody's pace, as I've not entered the practice sessions, but only practiced just a bit with the other guys, so I don't have a clue what pace they have. Strategy should be an easy one stop no matter what tyres you go on. I think the strategy is probably soft to medium. It's definitely soft to medium. You can take them about 15 laps maximum. I saw in the last season that someone took it 19 laps. Then the race got ruined by a guy called Fast Banana. So if you remember, last season, a random guy joined us, Robbie. Then he started taking everybody out on lap 17 for some reason, not early on in the race. And someone took the tyres 19 laps, then they switched over to the mediums. Unbelievable how he took those tyres all the way, nearly 20 laps. He could have done more, but he had to pit. Brazilian Grand Prix, or the Brazil track shall I say, it's a good track. Sometimes I get the first corner wrong, which compromises the whole lap. I like this track. It's had good history in racing. We saw last year when Verstappen started 4th or 5th, managed to climb his way all the way back up to 1st. Well, then he got taken out by Ocon. Hamilton crashed here in 2017 and qualified. He finished 4th, I think. So did Ricciardo. Ricciardo didn't crash, but he had some problems with the car. 2016 was a fantastic year because Verstappen clawed his way up to the field. 16 laps, he went up to P3. He overtook Rosberg in the process as well. He could have won that race arguably, but something went wrong, which I forgot. Was it the strategy or did he make a mistake? Perez finished 4th. Felipe Nasser scored Sauber's first points of the season in that year, 2016. They were in a fight with Manor that year, as Skeeven, the Red Bull driver, has came out, partnered with Josh. S2V Paris. I can't believe I made that same mistake again. So it looks dry out on track, so yeah, there we go. Then there's the tyre strategy. On the left hand side of your screen, 2 drivers opted to go on the medium tyres, which is Medium Pilot and the Renault driver, and Taze Leroy has left the session. As we are on board with Skeeven on his outlap, we've got more drivers coming out of the pits. Aaron Collingwood, Josh and the Renault. First man came out was Skeeven in the Red Bull. Red Bull's fantastic around the Brazilian Interlagos track, Sao Paulo. Here we are then, climbing up the hill to start his lap time, his first lap time of the session. DRS is open, we come down on the straight. Here we are, then crosses the line to start his lap. Breaking the 50-metre board. Take as much curve as you can through the second part, the second corner, and lead on the third corner. Don't invalidate, don't go too out wide. Short line, DRS open. Heading down into turn 4 we go. It misses the apex, gone that's slightly out wide. Take a nice tight line through here. Just put me as a reserve. So I've got some weather information, and it looks like it's going to rain. Race weather is light rain to heavy rain and dry in 45 minutes. What a fantastic race this is going to be. Dry qualifying session and a wet race, but it's going to get dry towards the end of the race. I wish we could have that not time information, we could have that weather information for commentated. This is the only information I get. I don't get any weather whatsoever. Crosses the line to set a 108.3. So we're already into 108.3s, almost into 107s. Aaron Collingwood, I think he's got his lap time invalidated. He did a 109.7, but the Renault has got into second place on the mediums. Josh has got up into third place in the Renault on the softs. So he's slower than his teammate by 0.02 of a second, as Zenkri has gone up into first place, a 7.8 in the Mercedes. That's a good lap time. As Sparks crosses the line to set a 108.0. Now, if you remember, he's using no line, so there'll be a bit of change in pace as TTG Vaporon sliding through the exit on the corner. On his flying lap, we've got a yellow flags who set to 2 as well. 108 something from TTG, and he sets a 108.6. Rob replaces him into a 108.3, 3 tenths quicker than TTG Vaporon, and Skeeven going slowly to let people through. Medium Pilot on the medium compound tyres. There's 2 drivers currently on the mediums so far. The moderate tyre with the moderate wear. Yellow flags everywhere set to 2 and 3. S2V Paris is up into third place, only 0.003 of a second off Sparks' time. Very close between second and third place. The driver who managed to get to the 107s is Zenkri, who is on current pole position. Short runs the line, across the line, and it's a 108.4, but we know we can go much quicker than that because he's on no medium tyres. Probably doing some bank collapse. His teammate Legende crosses the line to do a 108.5. So a tenth slower than his teammate on the different tyres. Let's see who else is on their lap tyre. S2V Paris has just completed it. He's coming back to the pits. We've got Aaron Collingwood back in the pits, the Ginger and SSR Phoenix, who have not set a lap time just yet. Mickey Ulitzi has came out now, and he's followed by, is that a Haas behind him? It is a Haas, and I think that's Aaron Collingwood or the Ginger. It is the Ginger, so he's followed out behind Mikulitsi. Mikulitsi, if you remember from last season, he did 19 laps on those soft tyres, but he won't be doing that this year, well this season shall I say, because apparently it's going to be raining. So light rain in the session for about light rain to heavy rain in 20 minutes, then dry in 45 minutes, so probably towards the end of the race it will get dry. So medium pilot, it'll be wise for him to switch over to the soft tyres, because he won't get any, he needs track position is crucial now in the wet race. Just like in Australia we had a wet race, but it is going to be dry towards the end of the race, so not a full wet race as we saw in Australia, the season opener. Here is Mikulitsi coming on his flying lap. He crosses the line, down into the first corner we go. Tricky first braking zone into the first corner. You want to take most of the corner into turn 2 and in turn 3 without invalidating your lap time. DRS open for turn 4 as we head down into turn 4. There's Ginger behind him getting a distant tow, but I don't think it'll affect him that much. Take a tight line through there. To the right hander, brake just, well not brake, but turning after the 50 metre board. You want to compromise your line slightly through there to get the best out of the turn 8-7. Takes loads of curve there, that's what Max Verstappen did. And he misses the apex through that corner. It's dial shifted to first gear to get extra traction to the car. The 50 metre board's been taken out, that's people going out wide to get the best run out of that corner. Take a tight line, a short run to the line, and it will be a 108.0. That's a second place. That's a fantastic lap for Mikulitsi. Here's the Ginger, and he is up into 60th place. He's probably validated that lap because it's not showing on the lap screens behind on the left hand side. Here is Josh, a 108.7, and that puts him up into 14th place. And we've got a Williams and an Alfa Romeo getting very close to each other. Did he compromise the Alfa Romeo there? That's TTG Thomas. Was he on a lap though? I think he was on a lap, so did he get compromised by the Williams? A 51.9, that's his first lap time. So if he did get compromised by the Williams, that's ruined his first lap. Him, the Ginger and SSR Phoenix have not set a lap time yet. Here comes the Alfa Romeo across the line and is a 108.5. That puts him up into 12th place, 1/10 behind his fellow TTG man. And it's Vaporon who spun. Easy to do if you get too wide on the exit of that corner. Vaporon has spun and SGV Paris has crossed the line into second place. It's a 107.9. Collingwood is a 108.7. 8.0. Mikulitsi 108.0. Sparks 108.0. Doretto 108.1. Westy, both Ferraris are coming to the pits, is a 108.3. Skeven, who is out there at the moment, a 108.3. Rob crosses the line to do a 108.1. So he just goes ahead of the Renault by 0.007 of a second. Look how close it is. I know it's a short track, but look how close it is. If you think about it, 1st to 15th, separated by 0.8. Madness. Yellow's set to 2. We already see one driver spin in that particular part of the track, but it seems to clear up rather quickly. STV Paris will probably come back to the pits. He will. Zegri still in there. Phoenix has not set a lap time, neither has the Ginger. We saw the Ginger actually invalidated his lap time and he stayed in 16th position. Is he out on the track now? Is that Phoenix? Yes, it is Phoenix. So he comes out of the pits to set his lap time. In that Toro Rosso, yellow flags are set to 1 and 2. The Ginger is out of the pits now. So both of them are on their out lap. The two have not set a lap time, are on their out lap right now. They've got plenty of time to set more than 2 laps, I think. Zengri still in the pits. Mick Ulitz came out of the pits. The Mercedes has came out of the pits. I think this is Zengri who's coming out of the pits, and he's behind that Haas driver of Aaron Collingwood. Skeeven up into second place, but it says he's done 2 lap times on those soft tyres. So he probably want to get a brand new set of softs. No, I think it won't matter actually, because it's going to start raining towards the race, so I don't think it'll actually matter how many laps you do on these softs. There's the Ginger then, taking most curve on the second exit and on the third. Power on, DRS open for this short straight. His splits first set of time is a 16.6. Going down into turn 4. Turn 5, there's 2 cars ahead of him, which gets nicely out of the way. Turn 6, swings it into the right hander. A bit of hesitant on the throttle there. Yeah, so everyone except Medium Pilot is still on the soft tyres. I think Medium Pilot should switch over to the soft tyres if you order to get improved. Yeah, in order to improve, Medium Pilot must watch this switch onto those soft tyres. I don't know if he knows if it's raining or not, but it is raining, and it will. And Vaporon has just got a 5-place grid penalty for colliding with Aaron Collingwood. There they are. So there's Vaporon, and the Ginger has gone quickest. It's a 107.8 from the Dutchman. He has just gone quickest in the Haas. There it is. So the Dutchman is on pole position. Skeeven ran out of fuel, cruising, and nearest spots 2.1 seconds slower in the first sector, so he will not improve on that lap time. Yellow flags everywhere. Westy in 10th place. I think he's on his lap. No, he's not. I think he's just finished his lap. Taze next is Legende still in the pits. Medium Pilot has just gone quicker. It is a 17.7 in the McLaren. Good lap time from the Britishman down in first place. Medium Pilot looks like a championship contender throughout the season, because he has shown promising pace ever since last season, and when he joined at this particular circuit in HGA. So Medium Pilot in first place, a 7.7. I look at the gap between first and second. Zengri has just got second place. So they're both a tenth quicker than the Ginger in third place. The Ginger up there in third on the second row, but can he stay there? I think he's got 1 more lap time in the bag, or 2, depending how much softs he's got in the race. Sparks is just came in the pits. Aaron Collingwood is out there, coming into the 4th corner. He's improved by 27 hundredths of a second. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drivers are in the pits. 4 minutes to go in this session, but I can't wait to see how this race pans out. Has the drivers opted to go for the wet setup or the dry setup? There's a car ahead of Karen Collingwood that's gone a tenth quicker. This time is extremely close. Phoenix is the only one not to set a lap time. He does that. He's been doing that for quite a long time as Zengri, and he comes into the pits, so he won't be finishing that lap time. Rob is on his out lap in the facing point, currently in 9th place on a brand new set of softs. Can he improve to set a better lap time? Everybody, well, nearly everybody's in the pits. There's 3 drivers on their out laps now: Skeeven, Rob, and Taze Leroy in the Williams in 12th place. So Medium Pilot still on pole position, 0.003 of a second quicker than Zengri in second place. Paris, the Australian race winner, currently in 3rd place. The Ginger, 4th place. He's impressed with the Ginger. Skeeven in 5th place. He's on his out lap. Sparks is 6th in the pits, from all the way down to 9th in the pits. Rob's in there on his out lap. You can see him. He crosses the line to start his lap time, and let's see what he can do. Down into the first corner we go. Nice and tidy through first, second and third corner. Yellow flags at this particular part of the track. That's the McLaren going slowly to let the Racing Point through. That is turn 4 we go. Upshifted to minimise the wheel spin on the exit. Lovely lap so far from the Racing Point driver. The sector 2 is critical to get right. You can gain loads and loads of times, and at the same time you can lose loads of time as well. Most complex part of the track. As the corner starts to open up, you start braking, and we stay in second gear, not the first, to get the extra rotation of the car. Downhill. Would you say this is the penultimate corner? I class this as the penultimate corner. I don't really class this one as a corner. Medium pilot's on his outlap. Where can Rob go? It's a 7.7. Oh my god, he's on pole. Rob has gone on pole position. There's medium pilot going for his second attempt. Zegri's on his outlap. S2V Paris is on his outlap, so we'll stay on board with the main contender, medium pilot. Sparks is in 7th place as the Alfa Romeo gets, the Racing Point gets nicely out of the way, and he picks up a good tow from the Racing Point as well. So let's see what medium pilot could do. As you can see, the Mercedes of Zegri in the background, but he's on a outlap. 67 seconds to get across this track. This is the corner we saw Antonio Giovinazzi spin in qualifying. He's 59 hundredths up in the second sector. The last sector now uphill, coming across the checkered flag. The sun's in their eyes. Can he get pole position? 5,000 slower. And it is pole position. It's a 107.6, so he's gained a 10th in the second sector. There's Zegri, another pole man, another contender who can get pole position. That is the first corner we go. Take low to curve with the second corner. Probably an invalidation, possibly. No. He continues his lap anyway. That could be an invalidation because he went out wide into turn 3, heading down into turn 4. Every driver, what? Paris has gone back to the pits. So what happened to Paris? Was he not satisfied with his lap? So Paris will stay in 4th, otherwise people will get above him. There's the Ginger. Thomas has retired from the session. There's the Ginger, we'll go on board with him. Can he improve on his personal lap time? It is a 107.8. He stays in 6th place. Go Diego. McCullis here came back into the pits. Who else is on their lap? Zegri, let's go on board with him. Can he do it? Oh no, he cannot do it. But he's improved on his lap time at least. It's a 107.719. So he shares the second row with S2V Paris. Is anyone else on that lap time? The Ginger's completed it. Diego, sorry, 7th place. McCullis, Taze Leroy, and that's it. So that's it for your qualifier session. The Renault's just smashed into the back of the Ferrari. I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, rather aggressive from Josh there, and I think there's been more contact in the process. Another car just hit him, I felt it. That's it for qualified, so I don't understand why we're not going into the race. As we are then, there's BD Pilot in pole position, 1/10 quicker than Rob in the Racing Point. Zegri 3rd place, ahead of S2V Paris, Island Collingwood. Both Hasses share the 3rd row. Diego 7th, Skeevan 8th, Sparks in 9th place, Mickey Lucy 10th, Leroy's just outside the top 10, Westy in 12th place, TTG Vaporon in 13th, Thomas in 14th, Legend in 15th, Josh and Phoenix, who is in 17th place and last. The guys outside the top 10 will get on a brand new set of tyres, but it won't matter because apparently it's going to be light rain, so that won't matter. And that rule to go on both to go on different tyres, the two different tyres in the race, has been scrapped because rain is involved. There it is, the light rain. So second race in a row there's been rain, so I expect loads of action coming down into the Brazilian Grand Prix. Should be a good Brazilian Grand Prix. I actually can't wait for this one. Get ready for an action-packed Brazilian Grand Prix. Plus, Sparks has turned off no lines, so he says he's not turning it back on. S2V Paris, last week's race winner. Can he get anywhere near the top step? Currently started 4th, I think. We are waiting for some reason. There we go. The lobby is starting. We await Taze Leroy and Miku Litsi. This is taking a long time. Where is may have to restart. Leave the lobby, so we're gonna have to restart, but I need an invite. I can't close the application, otherwise it'll stop the stream and I don't want to start the stream up again. Yo, predictions for today. I think depending who apparently the second tier of the race is quite boring. Yeah, depending who will get a good start into turn one. Mazeki will be alongside Medium Pilot, depending if he gets a better start. So my predictions is probably Medium Pilot, well, Zenqui, Medium Pilot, Paris, if that's a bold prediction. And I don't understand why Rob's died in 17th place. I'm pretty sure he qualified in the top 10, as I remember. But anyways, all lucky for him because he's all the way down in 17th place, last place as well. Phoenix qualified last, but well, after the restart, here we go then. Tis lights out and away we go. I think Medium Pilot's just got a better start than the Mercedes. Mercedes will have the inside line, and he has the inside line coming down his turn one, and he's done it. It's turn one we go. Collingwood is alongside Paris, who head down his turn 2 and 3. Paris just stays ahead. His teammate the Ginger looking to go around the outside of him. Can he do it though? As it goes side by side onto the short straight, which one of them will come out on top? The two passes are side by side down into turn 4. I think Collingwood's just got it, but the Ginger will fight back. But the Ginger will have to concede defeat because Ivan Collingwood just stays ahead of him and cuts him off in the progress to avoid any overtakes happening. Oh, there's been a massive crash at the back. That's Rob and an Alfa Romeo of Thomas. And a drive-through penalty as well. There's been a massive crash at the back. Ivan Collingwood's going slightly out wide. I will go to the back to see what happened. There is Rob and there is Westy. Westy's lost his front wing completely. I think Thomas got involved as well. I saw an Alfa Romeo in the background, so he will have to come into the pits to change their front wings. Rob, has he got much damage on him? It looks like he's okay. Yeah, I don't think he's got any damage on him, so wrong time. Well, he should be starting at 17th anyway, so that's unfortunate. But a first lap incident was always bound to happen, especially in the wet. So it is across the line to start the second lap. Zenqui, Medium Pilot, Paris. Zenqui sets the fastest lap. Aaron Collingwood, the Ginger looking all the way to the back of Aaron. Skeven, Diego, Sparks, Taze Leroy's gained 2 positions. Vaporon in 10th. Yellow's just set to 3. Thomas is retired. And there's Yellow's just set to 1 as well, so that's down here. And there it is then, there's the 2 Hassas. The Ginger's down the inside of Alan Collingwood into turn 4. The Ginger's made the move nicely, and he's ahead of him. Westy's retired as well, so they're both retired in the pits. So that's 2 drivers gone already on lap 2. Coming through to the right hander. Apparently it's supposed to get heavier through the session, and it's supposed to get drier towards the end of the race. There is Rob down in a lowly 15th where he should have started, but for some reason is down there. Is at the wrong place at the wrong time, especially for this league, as it had to have a second restart. Legende all the way on the back of Michielizzi. In the Toro Rosso, under pressure from the McLaren driver behind. Vaporon under pressure from Josh behind him as well. I think they're all stuck behind Diego, who's in the Renault in 7th place. Holding up. Should be a DRS train, but there's no DRS in the wet. Media Pilot sets the fastest lap of the race. He's 2/10 behind Zenqui. That's a good camera angle. Behind Zenqui. And Josh has got past the Ferrari, but the Ferrari's looking to hang around the outside. The inside line, but they both make contact. And Vaporon is just ahead. That could have been even worse than it should have been. Michielizzi gets past, but what about Legende? Has he got past as well? Yes. So he's lost out 2 positions, but Josh will go down the inside. Can he do it? Will Legende leave enough room? Yes, he does. Can he slide his way past through? He won't go down the inside, surely. Nah, I didn't think so. So he stays behind Legende for the moment at least. We'll go back on board. It looks like Diego has caught up behind Skeevan again. Looks like Aaron Collingwood is struggling just a tad in the Haas there. His teammate, the Ginger, has pulled away into 4th place he is. And Paris is his next victim. His next target, shall I say, in 3rd place. Media Pilot, but all the way behind Zenqui. Half second in between the top 2. Zenqui had a fantastic race in the Australian Grand Prix. He finished 4th, didn't he? He picked up a time penalty, but unfortunately for him he didn't get a podium. This time it's looking quite good, but he has Media Pilot behind him. Media Pilot's got a strong pace, especially at the wet weather circuit. Because we saw in Australia, he finished in 2nd, I think, or was it 1st? No, Paris finished 1st, and there was Media Pilot finished 2nd. So Media Pilot looking very good at this position and this time. Further behind, have we got any battles further behind? Michielizzi sliding through the exit. The JD at the back of him, and there's Josh and SSR Phoenix. Rob down in a lowly 15th place. It looks like he's struggling as well. The racing point drivers absolutely struggling in these wet conditions. But look at Media Pilot all on the back of the Mercedes driver. I don't know if he likes the rain or not, but it's certainly good pace in the rain. And Josh and Legende have gone at it, and Josh is ahead of Legende, and Josh is behind Michielizzi as well, so he's trying to make up lost ground. He lost at turn 2, that previous lap before. Michielizzi looks like he's struggling, and he's getting detached from the Ferrari as well, of Vaporon. But yet again, Sparks all behind Diego in 7th place. In a bit of a train, but we'll go back to the top 2 because look at Zenqui. Media Pilot's got a much better run. On the straight we go. Which way do we go? Left or right? It is the right hand side, the outside line, but he'll have the inside line going to turn 2. Zenqui's got it covered. He outbrakes him. He outbrakes Media Pilot. But will Media Pilot get a better exit coming out of turn 2? So Zenqui looks like he's got this covered so far, but Josh and Michielizzi have gone at it. Down in 11th place. It looks like he's made an easy move on Michielizzi. Sparks is still stuck behind the Renault. And Skeevan behind Aaron Collingwood. Looks like Aaron Collingwood started to pull away now. So heavy rain will come in, if I'm correct. Apparently he's got the weather wrong, so I don't know what's going to happen in this race, so we'll just go along with it. Second weekend race in a row, it has rained. Personally, I don't want it to rain because there's not much action when it rains. I know it sounds better when it's raining, because drivers tend to struggle in the rain. But I like it when it's dry because you can push absolutely flat out, and Zenqui will have to go defensive yet again from Media Pilot. But it looks like Zenqui's got it covered from Media Pilot. No threat into turn 1, but can he get a better exit out of turn 2 and turn 3? Both roughly got around the same ERS. Onto short straight we go. He should have DRS, but it's a wet race, so there's no DRS involved. And the Gende's got a penalty for multiple warnings. Diego's under pressure from Sparks. Will Sparks make a move down the inside? No, he won't. He just stays behind him for the time being. The more he stays behind him, the more this train is going to be catching up. And Rob down in 50th place picks up a penalty yet again. It's just not Rob's day, unfortunately for him, but it is only the second race of the season, and there's more potential coming throughout the season. And my Ferrari drivers, the Ginger and Aaron Collingwood, did a stunning job down in 4th and 5th. My other Ferrari driver down in 10th place, scoring that one extra point, and the other Ferrari driver is out of the race, along with Alfa Romeo. Looks like Medi Pilot's got much better pace compared to Zegri, but he just can't find a way past. Will he get close enough at the exit of turn 2? Will he get a better exit, set himself up into turn 2, get a better line and get a bit more slipstream? 3/10 in it between the top two drivers, but still can't get close enough. Diego, he's still under pressure from Sparks behind him. Diego using more of the track and Sparks can't find a way past yet. Must be frustrated to stay behind. Sliding through the corner. Must be frustrated to be stuck behind the Renault. Remember, Sparks is using no line, so he's got to be careful in these wet conditions. Look at that, sliding throughout the exit there. But anyways, we'll go back on board with the top two, because look at that, Zegri's gone deep on exit, and that allowed Medi Pilot to catch up even more. And he's got a good run coming out the final corner. He's got slipstream as well, no DRS, and let's see if he can make the overtake stick into turn 1. Where will Zegri go? Try to break the toe. And Medi Pilot set the fastest lap. Will he go down the inside? No, he won't. It is much closer this time, but will he get a better exit than Zegri could out of turn 3? He's got the slipstream, he's inside the slipstream, 2/10 in it between the top two, and he still cannot do it. Back on board with Sparks, he's trying to get out of the slipstream because he can't really see. Williams go defensive from Vaporon. Taze Leroy versus Vaporon in the Ferrari. Skeven in a lowly 6th place. The Ginger, I think Aaron Collingwood is starting to bring the gap down as the Aaron Collingwood finally settles into a rhythm. The Ginger will soon under pressure from Alan Collingwood. Seems to be the same every single lap time. Medium Pilot just can't get past on the straight. Zegri's holding his ground. Seems to be breaking that slipstream very nicely, and that's Rob who has just spun, I think. The only guy in sector 2, so yes, he must have spun. And yes, again, can he get past him? And no, he cannot. Leroy has just got a penalty for cutting the corner, probably down at turn 2. Sparks getting out of the slipstream because he cannot see. I think Sparks must be very frustrated. I don't know why he's pulling out of the slipstream to signal that he's faster than him or not. The Diego's holding up Sparks up nicely, and that's allowing the likes of Skeven, Collingwood and the Ginger pulling away. And the Ginger said he will beat Sparks in this race. Medi Pilot all over the back of Zegri, cannot get past him. The previous lap before, he got a much better exit than him. Has he got the same this time? As we climb up the hill onto the final straight, 3/10 the gap. If this would have been DRS, he would have made the overtake easily, but it is the wet conditions. And can he No, he pops it back down to 0, so he will not make the overtake here. Zegri's got out wide though, he's compromised himself into turn 1 and possibly into turn 2. Compromised exit, but he still sees to hold his ground into first place, so no threat so far from the Mercedes driver. Trying to hold up the McLaren driver in second place. Diego. Oh, the Williams has crashed into the wall! Did you see that in the background? That Williams must have slid into the wall. Oh my goodness me, what is he doing? And he's lost 3 positions, the Williams. In the background, into turn 3, you saw him just sliding into the wall, but fortunately for him, he did not go into the wall. Just saw that in the corner of my eye. I was about to switch over to someone else, and look at that, Zegri still under pressure from medium pallet, and there's yellows through sector 2, and it's Leroy. No surprise there, no surprise whatsoever, and he's rolling down the hill. So Leroy was in the points and he's dropped to 14th, and there is Robin 15th place. So Leroy's messed up yet again. Yellows to sector 2, and that's Leroy sliding his way through the corner. Leroy probably got on the exit of this curb, probably picked up too much throttle and spun in the process, but look at medium pallet. He will try to go down the inside, coming into turn 4, not enough room there to make a move. Zegri's got it covered yet again. Nice defensive skills from Zegri. And Diego, whoa, Sparks has dropped back just a tad from Diego. And Leroy's got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. His afternoon gets worse and worse throughout the second. Here he is then in the pits. Will he change his front wing? Yes he will. Yellows is set to 1. Where is that? And who is it? Nobody. I don't think nobody has made a mistake. So Leroy's left the session as well. Yellow flags. Virtual safety car has been deployed. We're 11 laps into this race. I don't know if the intermediates could go all the way to the end. Probably have to do a 1 stop. And medium pilot, they both no. Zegri's came to the pits. Medium pilot was thinking about it. Paris is coming to the pits. The Ginger's in the pits. Whoa! Oh, Corilla One's in the pits. They're both gonna have to double stack. Skeeven's in the pits. Double stack from Skeeven, and Diego stayed out. Sparks is in. Vaporons, he's going to hit the back of him, and he does. Loses part of his front wing. Josh is hit the back of him. Mickey Litzy in 11th, and Vaporons retired in the pits. Someone's gone to the wet tyres. The Ginger has gone to the wet tyres. Very interesting. Does he feel like the intermediates cannot hold on any longer? So what has medium pilot made the right decision to stay out? It looked like Paris tricked him to come into the pits. A yellow to set to 1. Has anyone made a mistake? There's another driver who's on the wets. 4 drivers have gone onto the wets. The Ginger, Skeeven, Sparks. So have they made the right decision? Mickey Litzy's on the wets as well. So what will medium pilot do then? It looks like he's struggling just a bit. I think the weather's slightly to get even worse. Will he come into the pits? Should he pitted when now he's coming to the pits? Zegri, there's his main rival for this race. It looks like he's struggling just a bit. Have the people who have gone to the wet tyres made the right decision? Because it looks like he's going to get worse just a bit. Medium pilot's gone onto the wet tyres. There's the Renault of Diego, who have come into the pits. Paris is on the back of Legende. Legende has not stopped, chat. Yes, no, he hasn't. He hasn't stopped. Where is he? Where is medium pilot? Where is medium pilot? Where is he? There is he. He's rejoined in 5th, and he's rejoined behind the Ginger. That has not worked out. It could work out for him, depending if Zegri is on the wrong tyres. Yeah, it could work out for him because the Ginger's yet to pit. Not the Ginger, the Legendary's there to pit, and Paris is going to go all the way out the outside. No way! What a beautiful move around Legendary on the outside. Now it's the Ginger's turn, and it looks like it's starting to get even worse out there. So could the Ginger have an opportunity? Because look at that, he's sliding through the corner. I think it is time for wet tyres. So Zenki, Paris, Legendary, the top three who are the into tyres. Medium Pilot is behind them both. We'll see what Zenki does. Will he decide to go to the pits? He looks like he's struggling out there so far. No, he stays out. Sparks gets a penalty. Legendary, I think this will be an easy fight for the Ginger. And he lets his teammate through, so that's good strategic move from the Legendary there. They've both been released now on the leash to try and catch the top two, who are look like struggling on those wet tyres. Skeven also on the wet tyres. The medium pilot's just passed the Ginger, and he has done it into turn 4. Look at that, looks like he's struggling his way through the corners there. We'll go on board with them to see what it's like. A bit of movement on the steering wheel for Zenki. Take it nice and easily. Short shifting massively to try and reduce the wheel spin as much as possible. The previous lap we saw him sliding through there, but he managed to touch the apex this time. Taking it nice and cautiously, but look at this. Medium Pilot has caught up to the back of him. And it looks like Zenki struggling as well. You can see him all in one shot. There you go. The Ginger as well. And the McLaren Legendary, but he could be irrelevant because he's on those old Inters. He should have pitted when the virtual safety car came out, but he's the only driver. Well, Rob, let's see who's pitted then. So him and Legendary are the only ones not to pit on that virtual safety car. It was probably a good lap time to pit, and there is Medium Pilot on the back of S2V Paris, our last week's race winner. Around the outside, can he do a Max Verstappen? Yes, he can. In 2016, that's a beautiful move from the McLaren driver on the Red Bull. So I think Medium Pilot's got this perfected. He's chose his strategy wisely to go on the full wets. And it looks like the Ginger is on the back of the Red Bull. Crawling on all over the back of the Red Bull. The inter tyres was probably the wrong tyres, because look at that, Medium Pilot has caught up to Zenki. And down the inside goes the Ginger. Oh, bit of contact, that could have ended worse. He's struggling a lot, S2V Paris. Look, both got 100% ERS, and the Ginger has got a much better exit out of the corner than S2V Paris. It looks like he's getting even worse out there. He's got to make the overtake quickly. Paris goes out wide, the Ginger sneaks his way through. Nope, Paris cuts back on him. Then there's the Ginger, goes round the outside. Can he make that move? What Medium Pilot did to him? Yes, he can. He has picked up into third place. The Ginger is up into first, and Zenki's defending for all his might on Medium Pilot. Medium Pilot's got a much better exit, but there's not enough room, and Josh has came to the pits on the wet tyres. The wet tyres is the one to go to. There's Aaron Collingwood struggling on the intermediates. There's Skeven all over the back of him. Aaron goes slightly out wide. So the drivers who pitted for the wets have made the right choice. I thought they were a bit crazy going to the wets, but it looked like it was getting even worse out there. Legendary though, he'll be struggling because not only is on the intermediates, but he's on old tyres. Really, he should have pitted for a brand new set. He's lost himself a lot of time, and he will probably end up in... where could he end up? Probably down in 12th place if he's not careful. But bearing in mind, Rob has not pitted as well. Look at that, Zenki under pressure for Medium Pilot yet again. Should be easy this time. because the wets are looking much better than the inters. Down the inside we go. Slingshotted his way up into first place, and he made the apex as well. And the Jeddies come to the pit, so there's a battle going side by side. Who was it? Who was it? There was surely a battle going on. It is Alan Collingwood versus Skeeven. Skeeven's made it. Alan Collingwood, can he make his way back? He's tucked in behind his slipstream, but he was sliding out of that corner. He tucks in, he's not going to go down the inside, but Sparks will pick up the pieces, because Aaron is struggling on those inters. So is Paris. Paris is not pitted, surprisingly. Is it best to pit or is it best to stay out? The Ginger, all of the back of Zenki. The Ginger's had a fantastic race so far. Where will he make his opportunity to overtake? Will he go for it when the door is open, or will he wait for the straight? Sparks 3/10 behind Aaron Collingwood. The guys on the intermediates are absolutely struggling at this moment in point. The guys who are on the wets made the right choice. Paris is absolutely struggling. The Ginger's still behind Zenki. Down the inside down the inside he goes. It's turn one. Brave, bold move from the Ginger. But what about Collingwood? Sparks on the outside. It's turn one. Made the move before turn one. Diego in the Renault looking interested as well. Josh has overtaken Legende. Legende should pit. He's lost a lot of positions. He's down into 11. Oh, he should pit. He's pitted, but he's got onto the intermediates. Majority of the drivers have got onto the wets, and the ones that are on inters are currently struggling. Look at that. A massive moment from Zenki. He's absolutely struggling now into intermediate tyres, along with Paris. Media Pilot back up into first place. Comfortable now because he went onto those wet tyres. I said when the virtual safety car came out he should have pitted, but he made it work. A yellow flag set to 2 is Rob, and yeah, there's 11 drivers in this race, so anyone to retire in the top 10 will score points. 11 drivers left in the session. Legende though, on the wrong tyres. He should be on the wets. They're much better tyres. So one McLaren in first and one McLaren in last. The Ginger's had a fantastic race, though. Fantastic race for the Ginger. Really happy with his racecraft so far. Diego has overtaken. Oh, Aaron Collingwood cuts back on the inside. I think Diego will have to wait another lap unless he can get him in the corners. And there it is, there's Skeeven, and he lets him past. Good tactics from the Red Bull there. He lets his teammate pass, he doesn't fight it out. Now he's got Sparks to deal with, and he'll definitely fight this out. Sparks, who lost to Paris in the Australian Grand Prix, now it's the other way around. Paris is currently struggling in the wet conditions. All over the back of the Red Bull. He hits the back of him as well, gives a nice push up the hill. He'll definitely find this one out. But surprisingly, the guys on the inters have not pitted for the wets. I think that's good because they'll probably waste more time. So it's best to stay out. Sparks pulls alongside of Paris. Sparks cuts back in as early as he can, and he's made the move to take back up into 5th place. Some guys probably got caught out because they heard that it could be light rain to heavy rain to dry. Media Pilot though, 2nd race in a row, he's done a fantastic job. He finished 2nd in the last Grand Prix, and he's on course to win unless the Ginger could stop him. Zenki though, in 3rd place, the highest intermediate runner, in 3rd. Skeeven behind him, So second race in a row is raid Australian Grand Prix to the Brazilian Grand Prix. Opposite side of the world, of course. Last time it raided Brazil, 2016, wasn't it? I mean, last time it raced in a race in Brazil, not in general. 2016 Brazil. That was a fantastic race. I enjoyed that one. Yellow flags set to 3. Who is it? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! That's Collingwood and Diego. That's on the straight as well. He's parked in the middle of the road. That should be a safety car, but I have no idea what has happened to Aaron Collingwood and Diego. So it looks like he's got a bit of front wind damage. I saw some carbon fibre off the car. Yes, he has got a bit of front wind damage, as you can see on the left hand side of you on the end plate. So he'll have to let his teammate through and covers the pits. But there's 10 drivers left in this race, so anyone retires will get a point, and it's over 50% distance. What was Equi doing there? Will he fight hard with Skeevan? Skeevan's all over the back, but the ball he holds up. Oh, was Equi sliding through the exit? That Skeevan passed easily. I think Equi will let his teammate pass for sure. Yes, he will. I think he's waving to say thank you for letting me past. I've seen 3 drivers do that. Paris did it to Skeevan. Legende did it to Media Pilot, and now Sparks has done it to his teammate. No, Segri's done it to his teammate. So good sportsmanship, good respect for each other as well, good tactics as well, because they don't have to do it. And Diego's in the pit lane. The Ginger though, what a fantastic race. I think this is his debut for HTA, I don't know. I think he's raced in here before, but I might not have seen it. Legende gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. If this was me in the race, I would be absolutely dreading it. I can't stand the rain in any race whatsoever. These guys have done a fantastic job. The first guy to retire was Westy and Thomas, because they had a first lap incident, which I have no idea what happened. Sparks could get a podium here. He's 1 second behind Skeevan. He started out in 7th place, didn't he? But for the guys who who pitted for Inters does not go well. Can we get a tribute for my last race in HTA? I don't know if you're being serious. So the gap's 1 second, but we've seen Sparks has struggled to overtake people in the wet before. The Australian Grand Prix. I know Brazil's different. I know you can get a chance on the main straight and the second straight, but it's still difficult because they're both on the same tyres. Both have the same tyre life as well. But I'm dead ass. All I can say about it was tough in the rain. I cannot stand the rain whatsoever, man. Don't give up because it's raining. Honestly, I cannot stand the rain either. You're against some hard guys. To be a good driver, just keep your head up and look forward to the next race. I don't know where it is, but hopefully it won't rain. Oh, the Media Pilot has gone into the pits. Oh, it's intermediate, so is it time for the switchover? So that's interesting then. So have the guys on, probably not though, because look at the tyre life. Yeah, I know everyone is too quick. Tell me about it. Look at these guys. They're so quick. So Media Pilot has came back out into 4th place. So how will the others react? And crucially, he's came out ahead of Zegri and SUV Paris. The Toro Rosso with Miculizzi and Paris have got at it. And the Renault's looking interested. He goes around the outside. What's Miculizzi doing? It's 3 wide. Oh my goodness. S2V Paris has stayed in 6th place. Did you get my battle with Paris? There's been many oh, the Renault and the Toro Rosso going at it again. I don't know if I got your battle with Renault or with Paris. I think what I saw on that straight was Miculizzi letting Paris through, because I think he pushed him off the track. So not on purpose, of course. He let Paris through, but what's that done is allowed Josh to come back at him both. So how will the Ginger react? He stays out. So the Ginger stayed out. What about Skeeven? Yes, he stays out. So does Sparks. Medium Pilot thinks it's the right time to go on the intermediate tyres. Zegri in 5th place, nowhere near Medium Pilot so far. Miculizzi versus Paris again, round 2. Around the outside, inside line, it's turn 2. He's done it this time. Clean move this time round for Miculizzi. Miculizzi has some good sportsmanship and respect, because I know he did not intentionally to push him off the track, but he did. He pushed him off the track and he gave the position back. And what he's done, he's helped Paris through the process, because he held up the Renault who's gone off the track. Yeah, but previous lap he held up the Renault, and that's allowed Paris to get away even further, but those intermediate tyres are not holding on, and he's currently struggling. But that being said, Miculizzi is still on the wets and Paris is on the inters. So I don't know, are the wets better or the intermediates better? The Ginger came into the pits. Oh no, he's got a penalty. Oh come on, Stewart. Skeeven, Sparks goes through. Medium Pilot will definitely go through. Zegri, could he jump in the pits? There he is then, so it'll be close between the Ginger and the Zenqui. You can hear him coming out of the pits. There he is, as your left hand side, if you just saw him. It's going to be so close. Oh, the Zenqui's just got ahead out of the Ginger. Well, not just, but miles ahead. So is it time for the intermediate tyres? Sparks is 9/10 between himself and Skeeven. Medium Pilot is there in 9th place. Miculizzi has came out of the pits on the inters, so he feels like it's time to go to the inters. Skeeven's still out there, so is Sparks. The gap's 1 second in it. Looks like the conditions are getting drier. Better, shall I say, not drier. It's getting nowhere near dry. 10 laps to go. What will Skeeven do when he comes to the pits for a change of tyres? There he is then. He came to the pits. Sparks has stayed out, but will he get a penalty? Yes, he does. That's another chance to get a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Zekri stayed out. The Ginger's still there. Zekri stayed out on those old inters. I just saw a comment which I can't read out. Oh. Medium Pilot still in 2nd place. Sparks in 1st, but still on those wets. Skeeven's into the pits. Will he get ahead of S2V Paris? Yes, he has done. So S2V Paris stays ahead of Skeeven. Josh came to the pits. I can't read it. Is it appropriate? I get sacked if I... Imagine if you were a Sky Sports commentator or BBC. I get sacked reading that comment out. The Ginger has caught up to Zenqui in the Mercedes. Will Sparks decide to come to the pits? There is Legende. Legende is racing and typing at the same time, so that's a bit dangerous, don't you think, Legende? Medium Pilot has caught up to Sparks. pretends to be shot. So, Sparks has stayed out there. Has he made the wrong decision to stay out? He's got a medium pilot up his ass. And he will get the slipstream and better traction coming out of turn 3. Down into turn 4. Was not behind, not can't really make an overtake. He stays behind him for another lap at least. Zenki, he's got the Ginger coming at him. The two Red Bulls, Skeevin versus Paris. Both on into tyres. Paris is on 16 lap old tyres, so should be easy for Skeevin. Sparks is struggling out the corners. Down the inside! And he does it. Oh, he gets a time penalty as well for doing it. He did cut the corner, but was that a fair enough time penalty? Oh! Oh, God. Sparks almost spins and he saves it. I bet medium pilot gets a time penalty. That was a bit unfair, but unless he's got other warnings on part of the track and Sparks decides to stay out. Now, I heard that he's going to get dry towards the end of the race, so is he staying out on those wet tyres, hoping that'll get dry towards the end of the race? I'm going to have to delete that comment, which I can't because I'm not really... Oh, God. Oh, that's actually quite a good strategy. Skeevin has just got past Paris. There they are, the two Red Bulls fired around the outside Paris. Now Skeevin will have the outside line onto the short straight. And Paris stays ahead for the time being. I wish that comment was deleted, but I can't delete it. And Josh has set the fastest lap of the race at 180.4. So is the weather starting to improve? Sparks all is under pressure from his teammate and the Ginger. As he dives down the inside. Look at the Ginger. These two have a bit of history with each other. And Sparks has lost loads of positions. If he's thinking about going from wets to dries instead of inters to dry, is he trying to do a Lewis Hamilton in Monaco 2016 where he stayed out on the wets and put himself on the dries? Look at that, Legende sneaks his way through. But he's a lapped car. That must be distracting. So what I'm thinking is, they think he's going to get dry towards the end of the race, and they're going to possibly go from wets to dries. That's what they're trying to do. But Zenki has been on those tyres for 18 laps. It's a good strategy, but it is risky because you lose a lot of time. But I said Hamilton did that because it was in Monaco, and plus it's hard to overtake in Monaco. So it looks like it's going to rain throughout the whole race then. Josh has set another fastest lap. Where's his pace coming from then? Why is he just showing it now? If he had this pace, he'll be up there with the top 5. Mom, I made it past Sparks. Sparks is still on those wet tyres. This is not the time to be on the wet tyres. At the wrong place at the wrong time. Ginger just hit the back of Zenki. Has he got full wind damage? Hopefully he doesn't have full wind damage, and I pray he doesn't have full wind damage. This should be an easy target for the Ginger. Gonna try and do it down the inside. No, he does not. Sparks finally pits. And he gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting corners, does the Ginger. So he's got another time penalty to add to his collection. So where will Sparks rejoin? And as the Renault go off the track, I called that on camera before the yellow flags came out. There is Sparks. He rejoins in 6th place. Is it ahead of Miculizzi? Oh, he's going to be close. And he's done it. Miculizzi, no he hasn't. Miculizzi has just got it. Around the outside he goes into turn 4. Can he do it? And no he cannot. Sparks just stays ahead of him. I don't know if Ginger has any full damage, but if he does, it's definitely affected his performance. While staying behind Zenki is affected his performance. He needs to get past him. Now he's got a better pace than the Mercedes in front of him. Miss Medium Pilot's just set the fastest lap of the race. The track is starting to get a bit better. He still can't do it. I'm surprised Zenki's still ahead. Look at the tyre difference, 14 lap difference. Has to get this overtake done, otherwise Skeeven and Paris will be coming for them. Yeah, he has to get this overtake done. Not only that, he has to pull about a 6-second gap between himself and Zenki. And Josh has got a time penalty for cutting the corner at turn 1. Naughty, naughty, naughty. He gets much better exit speed than Zenki, but he still can't. Oh my god, he's just hit the back of him again. My man just hit the back of him yet again. He needs to get this overtake done. Look at that, Skeever's just gained a second on the Ginger. He has to get this overtake done. The Ginger is getting frustrated, the young Dutchman. Probably be awarded for cutting that corner. Come on, Ginger, you need to get past Zenki. Come on, man, you can do it. If Medium Pilot can do it, you can do it. I feel like Carlos Sainz never gets the TV time I deserve. Come on, Ginger, you gotta get this move done. Nope, not down the inside of there, there's not enough room. Come on, lad, you can do it. Come on. He's gotta get this move done. Let's go, champ. Let's do it. Surely he got to get it done. Oh, I thought he was going to spin through there. Come on, Ginger. You can do it, man. Let's go, champ. Seems to me that Zenki's got good straight line speed. Come on, down the inside he goes. Come on, can he do it? Can he make it stick? No, he cannot. He's still behind Zenki. He's got to make this overtake done because Skeeven is catching up, and so is Paris. Come on, man, you got to get it done. Come on, let's do it. On the outside he goes. Come on, can he do it? Can he do it? Can he do it? Oh my god. And he does it. Yes, he does. He's got it. He's got the overtake done. He's finally up into second place. Finally. And let's go. 2 laps to go. 3 laps to go, sorry. Come on, let's go. Mikulski is 7/10 behind Sparks. I thought Sparks would have pulled away, considering he's on those fresh intermediate tyres. He's what, 5 laps fresher is Sparks on Mikulski. On board with Legende, doing absolutely nothing, and he's down in 10th place. Don't know why he's doing that, but we'll go back on board with the Ginger. He's pulled a good gap now. He needs to pull this gap as he's ahead. The Ginger is my idol when it comes to racing. That's why I support him and cheer him on. You can see the McLaren in the background, and that's the Lexus Legende. One more lap to go then, well 2 laps to go. It's been a thrilling race, no lie about it. Jesus Christ, it's been 35 laps of the Brazilian Grand Prix, unbelievable. This race has gone so fast. We even had a restart, and it's still gone so fast. I can't remember the first. I can't even remember the first lap. Well, actually, I can because there was first lap carnage. But let's get out of our head. So as Ginger needs to pull. Look at that! It's not raining, and I doubt anyone will go in the pits. So there's the people's hopes. It's not raining. We're on to the last lap. Will anyone pit to go on the dry tyres? If anyone pits now, oh my god. If anyone pits for the dry tyres, please don't pit. Oh my god, one driver has gone into the pits, and that's Lexus Legende. Please don't tell me he's going to go on to the dries. I should have said that really, because he's listening to the stream. Knowing him, he's probably gone for it. Yes, he has. He's gone onto the soft tyres. Away he goes then. Let's see how much time he can gain on those soft tyres. God's sake. Anyways, his teammate, who is in first place, has had a fantastic race. Dominated the second half of the race. He went on to the right strategy to go on the wet tyres. A 10-second gap over the Ginger. There's Sparks and Mikulitsi down into turn 4. They can see him going up to turn 5. I love that. I love Brazil. You can see other drivers. But up the hill we climb. Medium Pilot finished second at the Australian Grand Prix. This time round goes one place better, and he will cross the line to finish in first place. The McLaren driver and the Ginger. Can he finish in second place? He's got those time penalties to deal with. Can he do it though? I don't think he can. Well, it's his second at the moment. On serve penalty, and I don't think he'll get the podium. Nope. Skeven. Oh, the Ginger gets a penalty. I mean, the Ginger gets a podium. He does get a podium at the end. And Paris will finish in 5th. 4th, because Skeven's got penalties. Sparks down in 6th place. Mikulitsi down in 7th. Josh down in 8th place. And Diego, who has stayed on those wet tyres, in 9th place. The JD in 10th, and he spins across the line. Yes! That's the race over for the Brazilian Grand Prix. That's it, folks. There we go then. Oh, oops. Driver of the day. We've got to go to the Ginger. I'm not in charge of the driver of the day. Medium Pilot finishes in 3rd, ahead of Zenkrey. Ginger in 3rd, ahead of Paris. Skeven in 5th, ahead of Sparks. Mikulski in 8th, 7th, ahead of Josh. Diego in 9th, and Nejade in 10th. And there's your retirements from 11th all the way down to 17th. That's it, folks. Tune in for next week at 8 o'clock for round 3 for the HJ Grand Prix Saturday night. Hope you tune in there again, and what a fantastic race it's been for the first 2 season openers. And yeah, see you later.